I once read, Martin Scorsese felt that The Godfather lacked realism. For a long time I was trying to think, what did he mean by this? All three movies have been scanned by experts of organized crime, dissecting the fact and fiction. Does a mob boss grant any request on his daughter's wedding day? Do your enemies send you a fish as a message that one of your crew has been killed? And do ghosts really exist? Sorry, scratch that one. Does it really matter though? It's a movie, it's made up. They can do whatever they want and get away with it. But then I started to think, maybe it's not about what they do, but who they are. As Scorsese would do his take on the crime genre with Goodfellas. It seems to counter Francis Ford Coppola's crime drama, even though they're very similar with same themes and types of characters. But the way they tell the drama is very different, and it's where the strength of both movies come from. The Godfather trilogy is like what Lord of the Rings is to fantasy and Star Wars is to science fiction. It's kind of got a myths and legends thing. Even some of the murders in the trilogy are based on real-life killings. There's also a bit of a Shakespeare thing going on, like it's meant to be a story about a king and three princes. But Goodfellas, despite being a period piece, is a lot more reminiscent and familiar to us. Dark grit, but also a charm to it. What young Henry sees outside his window is something we've all seen. And we're one step away from being a part of that life. We can connect more to Henry and Karen because of that. But with The Godfather, you feel like you're being told a story long ago, from the greatest generation. And this is possibly what I think Martin Scorsese meant by real, that Goodfellas is more about human nature. In The Godfather, everyone's a sinner, so it's not black and white, it's all grey. Everyone's a gangster, but everyone has a role. You can definitely see this with Michael, while McCluskey and the Turk are the villains. It's the same with Part 2, as Michael's the villain and Kay is the good guy, or the voice of reason, calling out Michael for his wicked ways. But with Goodfellas, the realism is that there are no angels and demons. Despite what they do, they're all on the same level. Yeah, sure, Tommy does brutally murder people, but Henry kind of goes against them and does the drug business. And he commits the ultimate sin, becoming a rat. And of course, this means it's more about morality. You're not rooting for Henry like you do for Michael. We see something like this in Martin's other movie, Mean Streets. You can see it's the same with Charlie and Johnny. It's not like one of them's right and one of them's wrong. It's just who they are. They just want to live their lives their way. Or maybe Marty means something very different. But it's just an interesting theory, making you realize that maybe The Godfather and Goodfellas are not as apples and oranges as we think.